So I basically could care less what I look like. Oh, I mean, I'm worked against 24/7 with my insane hacking family. They hacked off a beautiful video. I looked pretty good. Well, I made a short I looked okay, but my hair was still okay looking. In fact, it shouldn't look like shit, but I was abused to death from insane abusers like Pretend a Lot narcissists. Like, what? How could I even look good when I am severely hated by, like, so many gang stalkers in Leicester? Just because I say the truth. I mean, I can't help it that there's not one real church in Leicester, let alone the United States. Like, if there's not one church that'll take a homeless person in, especially a mother with her young children, then they ain't a church at all. I mean, like, there's not one. There's not one church that ever helped out a young mother with her children. Like, what's the mom supposed to do? Go kill her kids? I mean, I'm not serious, but there's no help. There's no help at all. And it's really sick. And in foreign countries, they are prostitutes for their little kids. And I seen it. I don't know who. I think a fucking Pretend a Lot narcissist showed me that shit. He shows me shit that I can relate to, just to pretend. And he's nothing. But to attack me, he will attack me for over an hour, screaming at me. It happens from my face. It's awful. Not the entire time, but when he's screaming, he'll get in my face. And get in my face and back up and yell again and get in my face. Like, it's just too much. February 3rd at night, it was too much. I wanted to die. And I'm healed from my trauma, but being healed, like I saw other girls healed from a video I saw recently. You're healed, but if you are with an insane abuser who tells you you were never abused or traumatized in any way, and there's everything wrong with you being delusional, making up so many horrifying stories that aren't true. I mean, constant with Pretend a Lot narcissists. Constant hell. And my whole life was that way. 54 years old. Pretend a Lot narcissists in my life. Just useless pieces of shit. Just Satan. There's just an empty vessel with a legion of demons that child molest. I was totally honest with him. Does your dick get hard when you see little children which is completely, totally disgusting? But I'm dealing with a child molester. I'm forced to deal with that shit, so why can't I say the truth of just how perverted he is? So he sees little girls, and his dick gets hard. And what's disgusting is I'm supposed to be the love of his life, and he calls me a little girl all the time. It just grosses me out and makes me want to die. Like, ew, and there's no way I could even stand a week. I'd probably kill myself around Pretend a Lot narcissists. Just an awful, ugliest, negative, hate. He hates everybody. He hates Oprah Winfrey. He hates Weird Al Yankovic. He hates late George Carlin. He hates and hates and hates and hates. He hates his brother. He hates everybody. He hates. So much hate. So horrified to be around. Someone in a closed off little room. Just him. It's all his hate. All his misery. It's awful. I mean, excellent video. I'm so mad. So mad that I erased it to make another video, but it looked like it went up. And then when I looked at it, it failed. It was 13 minutes long, and it was an excellent video. And so I have to say the same thing I said with my other shorter video. Well, these are about the same. Um, because of the child molesters in this world, child molestation is the worst crime never ever dealt with. Nobody, I mean, barely. You're talking about less than 1% in the whole world never dealt with. Okay, basically. Why even bother? Like, so what? It's such a small little amount. Who cares? So because of that, then there is barely anything, barely child molestation, nothing's done about it, then barely anything should be said about any gays. And I just put them all in the same group. Gays, lesbians, trans. It's a bit perverted, but nothing compared to child molestation. You can't even compare them. So I did like a sexual pyramid t-shirt. Asexual, faithful man and woman would be at the top. That would be 100%. 80% would be the gays, trans. You know, it's somewhat wrong. But then you got, you know, supposedly, you know, faithful partners, and their marriages is total hell. And then at 0, below the pyramid, so this is below 0, that you have the child molesters and rapists. And that's the sexual morality pyramid. Like, yeah, gay is a little bit wrong, but nothing compared to, it's consensual sex, so it's not rape. So how many times are there monsters, like pretend a lot narcissists, wait until I'm blacked out in my husband's red Caravan and drags me upstairs acting like I'm the problem. No, he's the problem who got me out of my husband's safe red Caravan. I was safe and sound. He had to be going through his evil. He had to go and push me all the way upstairs, grab me. Kind of like a caveman. Awful. Awful. Always dragging me upstairs. I lived at Walmart below 0 with late James Lester Sapone before we got married. And, you know, we lived there for a year. And 10 other people lived there with their cars. There was one guy that lived there with his car from, like, Minnesota for 3 years. Michigan, Minnesota, and M State. Not Mississippi. Around Michigan. Where the lakes are. Michigan. Not Minnesota in the middle. Okay. And other ones lived there for years. 10, you know, they're homeless. They can live in their car. They go to Walmart. And you can't do that anymore. Like, there's nowhere where you can legally be homeless. You know, it's a nightmare. I know. I'm homeless like the majority of my life, and there's no help in Leicester at all. There's no help. The extra give doesn't help. They're supposed to help out the homeless. What do they give? What, $1,000? What, there's supposed to be another shelter? I mean, what, who gives a shit? Oh, well, at least they have that. What do you mean? They kick you out at 7 in the morning. What can you do? You can't do a damn thing in Leicester. There's nothing you can do. They never helped out the homeless. As far as I see. I mean, they make it so hard. Lancaster Mission gives no services whatsoever at all. They're just like, well, you can go find your shit yourself. That's the Lancaster Mission for you. Pennsylvania. They're awful. People come in from droves all around from different states, and in 2010, how many people they're not even there for a day, and they get out. I'm going back on the bus today. I already got my ticket. Yeah, I'm out of here in 2010. because the mission is just that awful. Like, no, you know, like, they're insane that people are homeless. You're supposed to help them out. They don't. There is nowhere. There's nowhere. New York City's really bad with no help whatsoever at all, but I don't know, maybe those poor people die quicker. They don't stay homeless for years and years and years and years and years because there's no low income. There's nowhere to live in Lancaster. Nobody cares. Oh well, that's just the way it is. You live in hell, and there is no help for the homeless. There's no help for victims. There's no help at all. Hey, if you have money, wow. You have everything you want. You don't have any money. What should they do? The homeless? Kill themselves? That's a logical conclusion. Of course not, but seriously, there's no help at all. That's why Earth is hell. Like, nobody gives a fuck about a victim. Nobody gives a fuck about the homeless. That's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I don't know why people ain't real. You know?